Today, we enter into deep waters. So, in the next 30 to 35 minutes, I'm going to try to dismantle something that you have concretized over the past 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years. You know, if we ask you, what are your likes and your dislikes, you're clear. You know what it is you like, what it is you don't like, you know what turns you off, what turns you on. And here I come and I'm saying, put that aside, because you can increase your impact and influence and effectiveness if you are more focused on identifying what behaviors are most appropriate in every given situation and be able to pull up that behavior at will. Whoa, sounds impossible. Hi, I'm Trevor E.S. Smith. I'm with the Success with People Academy. And I'm the crazy guy that's going to try to walk you through how to thrive in uncomfortable roles, how to flex your styles for success. Yes, you see, in whatever it is that we do, you're going to have some roles uh, that are just not comfortable. Do I really have to do this? Yeah, it's a stretch. But we don't really want to be avoiding. You want to live your life avoiding this and avoiding that. I think most of us would rather be in a position where we excel, even though we're not comfortable. So the question is, how can we opt to thrive instead of seeking to avoid? That is the challenge that I have taken upon my head today in this Success with People live class. So let's talk about the pillars of flexing. And we're going to talk about that. Adapting your style is basically what we're talking about, flexing, because it relates to flexibility. So we want to talk about flexing your behavior, flexing your style. So if the word comes up all the time, understand that's what it means. It just means to adapt a different kind of behavior, a different style of behavior. Now, the capacity to adapt our behavioral style has as its core mindset. That's the anchor, that's the platform on which flexing is built. Everything revolves around our mindset. You might call it your philosophy. Some people call it the worldview, how you perceive life, and the list goes on. But basically, it is what drives your thinking, how you process incoming information. That's basically what we're talking about, and how you respond to incoming information. So mindset drives how we as individuals respond to life's unfolding events. It basically shapes our behavioral style. So there's another pillar though, a companion concept that underpins this concept of adapting or flexing, is the need to get into character. So we know in Hollywood, and we are saying if you are going to play Nelson Mandela effectively, you have to get into an understanding of who Nelson Mandela was. What was his thinking? What was his philosophy? What drove him? That's basically what it means by getting into character. And so that's how we have to do if we want to adapt a different behavioral style. We have to understand the underpinning. What is it that fuels this kind of response to life's unfolding events? So here's the twist now, though. Getting into character is only possible when we have a deeper appreciation of the mindset of the character. So mindset and getting into character are intertwined. Anyway, let's keep it simple and move on. So here are some foundation principles that we need to apply and to understand and to appreciate if we're going to be able to flex our behavioral style. First of all, we need to understand what are these behavioral styles. So Jung classified behavioral styles, right? For those of you who have been there already, apologies, but they are newcomers. So basically, what Jung is saying is that if you look at how people respond to life, your worldview, you can classify those things into four massive toolkits. So within each of these toolkits, you have different nuances of behaviors. And the four toolkits are dominance, which we call the D style, influence, Jung called it inducement, which we call the I style, steadiness, which we call the S style, and conscientiousness, which we call the C style. So those are the basic toolkits that we have. And remember now, within each of these toolkits, there are many different tools. We get there in a little while. And understand also that we all, at some point in time, we're going to find our hands going into a particular, all the four toolkits at some point in time. So we might have our dominance, but at some point in time, we have to put our foot down and use dominance. So that's it. So at some point, we all go into the four toolkits, but we have a preference. We are much more comfortable with one or two of the toolkits, and we're not as comfortable using the others. Now, the master flexors, the people who can do what we talked about at the beginning, which is, let me see which style is best, most appropriate in this situation. Boom, pull it up, let it happen. Those master flexors spend a lot of time getting familiar with all the nuanced tools in each toolkit and practice them so that when the time comes and lights, camera, action, they are able to pull it up immediately. That's the goal. That's the goal, So that's basically what it is. Here's the truth. It takes time. It takes time to understand the various nuances within each of the toolkits. I pull up here some competencies from the vast extended this competency library. Right? And so on the left would be what we would call C-style behaviors, and on the right would be D-style behaviors. And so we might look again, this is what we're talking about now, getting into the weeds. I'm going to talk about a strategy though to save you time. But let me just explain what I'm talking about in terms of the nuances. So if we look at the top here, where we're looking at anticipating risks to minimize them, that's C-style behavior. Anticipating change in the environment and preparing for it, that's D-style. You see that is similar. In a sense, it's the same kind of thinking. However, if we go deeper now and look at another tool, which is following policies and respecting agreements when making decisions, or even more directly, being proactive in insurance compliance, we can see here the difference. Being willing to try new approaches, being a positive change agent, being a catalyst for thoughtful and appropriate change. So we can see that while some of the behaviors in one of the toolkits might be similar in a sense to another behavior in another toolkit, the key understanding would be the mindset that drives it. So let's talk about this mindset here. This is deep waters, right? Okay. So the C-style mindset, in a nutshell, if you want to look at it, is that the C-style thinking is that life, the world is a complex place. It's a complex place. It's not just easy to just navigate through life. You can easily get lost, and you can actually get lost and get into danger. So life is a complex thing. The answer to that is to analyze it carefully, go into deep analysis so you understand it better. From your analysis, craft a strategy. From your strategy, outline a plan. But here is this: you need also to ensure that the plan, you comply with the plan. So that's the C-style thinking. It is dangerous place. Make sure that you carefully analyze it. Make sure that you Craft a policy, a plan, a strategy, and make sure that you follow the plan. Because if you don't, you run into all sorts of danger. The D style thinking is that life is an adventure. Life is an adventure, and there's no limit to what you can get from it if you are willing to venture. Yes. So don't be risk averse. Test things because you can get more from life. Of course, there's risk, but that now is the differentiation between those who are successful, are more successful at living than others. Of course, we love the competition. So, yes, we're prepared to take the risk because we want to be at the edge. We want to win. We want to succeed. So, that's totally different philosophy. One is, oh, danger, brother. This is challenging. The other one is, oh, this is so exciting because it is so challenging. It is so many experiences, so many possibilities. Let's go. All right? Good. So basically, then, if you want to adapt C-style behavior, you need to have that kind of approach. If you want to adapt D-style behavior, you have to take on that approach. All right. So bottom line, though, is that we don't have the time to go into the weeds in terms of learning all the nuances and practicing with some of the little tools in the toolkit. So today, I'm actually giving you a pit stop. You ever see, follow Formula One races where you see the car come into the pit and in seconds it's refueled and all the tires change? Well, that's what I'm giving you. A quick and dirty approach to being able to start to adapt styles. And what it comes back down to now is the mindset, that overarching philosophy that will guide you. So as I give you a hint already, I'm saying to you, if you want to look at this style, then that is the thing. It's an adventure. It is, we are taking on the risk because that's how we're going to distinguish ourselves from the others. C is a little bit more focused on the complexity of life and the need to plan and to have systems and structure that guide you. Right. So, all right. So today, and by the way, this is going to have to be a series because I want to do the 4 basic styles. So today I want to look at dominance. How do we flex the dominance? And I'm choosing this one. Well, it's because I'm using a disclaimer and it's the first, D is the first. But also, like based on 10%, this is a style that is least used by the population, right? So less than 10% of people. Yeah, you would be surprised to see how these people can turn the world upside down and yet still it is such a small percentage of the population. Yeah. Okay. So this might be more challenging for everybody, but let's go through quickly now. Still trying to see if we can get out of here within 35 minutes. All right. So one of the things that fuels it, I'll give you that already, that this is an adventure. And part of the adventure is to win. Winning is, if you want to take a single word that would help you to understand the D style, it is winning. Having your objectives met, goal attainment. That's it. So everything flows from goal attainment. Everything flows from winning, from succeeding, from getting your objectives met. And so, yes, I might need some authority in order to make the changes happen. Yeah, I tend to think of things in a bigger way, so the production, and I don't want to be in a little corner. I want to expand and explode and so on. Challenge, that's important. That's why it is so exciting, because I am actually having to develop every day, and the pressures of others coming in on me, all of that. Woo, that is part of the excitement. Of course, yeah, I want to lead. I want to be in charge. I want to drive the car. I don't want to be, in the back seat. Yeah, and I want to explore. As I said, this is an adventure. I want to have many things, and that competition, man, that is what gets the fuel going. Yeah, okay. So, how do you identify this? If you want to the manifest, which is what we're talking about. How do you, from your S, flex your S to manifest this style? How from your C, caution, careful? How do you manifest from your I, even? How do you manifest? Control the conversation. Basically, you need to control the dialogue. You need to control the dialogue. And it might, yes, I know it's very polite and you don't want to interrupt. But sometimes the thought, the trend of thought will go get away from you. So you might have to stop them. Yeah. Time is going. Yeah. You have a radio interview and you need to, you know that you have one segment. So it's going to be, 8, 9, 10 minutes. Yeah, you can't let the interviewer be rambling along. No, you have to cut him off. So you're not getting what you have to say. Yeah, it might come across a little rude, but just think about it. After the 10 minutes gone, what have you left there with? Just the interviewer asking you questions. No, that's not why you're there. You're there to get your point across. So you have to interrupt. I'm sorry. Your message is important. You have to keep on message. You have to get your message out. You have to change the dialogue. Okay. You can't do that, however, by being, soft spoken and push back and wait. No, you have to be assured, assertive. You have the answers. If you have the solution to this disease, are you going to sit back and wait and watch No, you gotta get it out there. This is urgent. This is life saving. Get it out. Be assertive. Right? And then, of course, yeah, don't go around the map. Bottom line. This is required. This is it. Talking bullet points. Bam, bam, bam. Done. Give quick answers, get direct answer, quick, to the point. And of course, yeah, you might come across a little impatient, little impatient. And yeah, that's part of the thing because time is of the essence. You don't have time to waste. You need to get your message across quickly, and people need to understand that you value your time. So, um, our seaside colleagues might be saying, so, as I have said before, yes, I heard it the first time. Will you say it again? Oh, you're rude. Let me get a chance to finish. But you haven't said you got about the fourth time now. I've heard it. I don't want to hear it again. Why are you going over the thing? I'm not dumb. When you said it the third time, you reinforce it. I don't need to hear it a fourth time. Yeah, rude. Yeah, maybe, but just understand where I'm going because we have limited time, and the clock is running out, and I really promise you that I've got what it is that you're saying. But can we move on, please? I hear you, and I don't mean to offend you, but I kind of said 4 times already. Okay, so all right, so somebody's saying, no, no, I definitely. By the way, you can type in the chat. We do have the possibility to make this interactive. So you can type in the chat and we will actually project it on screen here. But yeah, so some of you are saying, yes, well, that is why I can't take that style. Okay. But if you want to flex, that's the mindset that you have to have. You have to get your information out and you have to get it out in a positive, assertive manner because time is running out and you want to win. You want to get your message across. Okay. I know politically correct and all of that. Yeah, but sometimes the politically correct make the time run out on you. Get it done. So some of the tendencies then that comes from that mindset is that yeah, the percolation of the coffee is just too long. So that's why I need instant coffee. The results, time, remember time. We are only here for a limited time. I can't spend all my time waiting. Waiting is wasting time. And so, yes, and of course, I'm living in an adventure, so I have to initiate action. How will I know, you know, what other experiences are there unless I initiate it? And decisiveness. So I'm not hemming and hawing. I'm not going, should I or should I not? Let me sleep on this or no. Gonna get it done? Move. Let's take action. And of course, sometimes that's going to challenge the status quo because that's not how we have done it. Trevor, we from Mr. Jones was here. This is how we did things. I hear you, but no, we have to change. We have to do something different. That's it. And as a result of that, I might have to challenge authority because my approach is that I need to solve this problem and I have the answer. I have the answer. Move out of the way, please. Move out of the way. So, what are some of the mindset changes? What is it that you have to do inside your head in order to behave like that? Flexibility. Understand that flexibility is a strength. The idea of being able to adapt your style and move, you know, it's a superpower, basically. So that's the idea. It's not that you're trying to compromise. No, this is your superpower, that you put up the right behavior at the right time. And directness, this idea of being direct, call a spade a spade. Yes, it might be uncomfortable, but at least people know exactly where you stand. If you understand that being direct helps, it's not, it might be uncomfortable for people, but they respect you for it. Yes. And then, of course, results. Results. We have talked about goal attainment being priority number one. We have to win. We have to win. We have to get the goal done. We have to achieve the goals. We have to make our KPIs. We have to get our results. That's how we move up the ladder. Of course, you're going to get some pushback. Yes, people definitely have a challenge with dominance, with assertiveness. They feel uncomfortable. So there's no question at all about it that an assertive individual is usually going to be thought of as arrogant, dominant, overbearing. All of those possibilities are there. One little word of encouragement. If you're coming from another style, you're not likely to become overbearing, but it will help you to move in the direction of being direct. All right. And by the way, there's a myth that has this idea of this terrible person who never listens and who just shouts at people. That's not the D style. The D style actually wants to win. And so the D style will actually move around into other toolkits in order to get the success. If winning means that I have to humble myself and go and get permission to do something, I will do it, of course. But I'm not going to live my whole life as a humble person necessarily, right? So that's part of it. So use all of the toolkits and get some feedback as to whether you're doing a good job manifesting the. All right, here are some phrases that we can use. So these are things that you can actually versions you can study to inject into your conversation so that you come across as being assertive and more this style. So I've analyzed the situation, and here's the most efficient way to proceed. So clear. I have done the job. This is it. So my decisiveness is unplayed. I need your input, but we must maintain our focus on the end goal. So again, I'm saying yes, I welcome all of your input. At the end of the day, though, we need to get our goals done. Yes, right. So that's it. So don't tell me I'm not a team player. I am, as long as, of course, the team is going along with me. I appreciate your perspective, and I'd like to discuss how it fits into our overall strategy. So this again recognizes the input of others, but need to make sure that it is aligned with the strategy that I've seen, and it's going to get us to where we need to go. All right. So let's move forward with this plan. I'm confident it's the most effective route. Again, assertive, confident, assured. Yeah. People want leaders. People want somebody who knows the way. I know the way. You can't be, I'm wondering, I'm not so sure. I want suppose we were. Oh no, come on. Let's move forward. Let's make it happen. All right. So I hear you. I understand your concerns. And I'm confident that this decision aligns with our goals. Yes, I hear you. But listen to me, no, man. Let's launch the product. First mover advantage is important. This I hear, yeah, but we can sort that out. Let's make it happen. That's the kind of thing. So these assertive phrases can help you manifest your D style effectively, right? Because you want to demonstrate confidence, decisiveness. You want to focus on results. Yeah. So that's part of what it is. All right. So here are some ones now that weaken you. Okay. You don't want to say these words out of your mouth at all. I think or I believe that we could actually move forward. I'm not so sure. But I think so. I think so. Huh? You mean think so? No, I'm gonna follow you then. Why would I follow you? No, man. Okay. Maybe, yeah, possibly. Yes, that could be a way to go. I am not sure. If you're not sure, why would I follow you, my brother? Well, it's just my opinion, but yeah, opinion. I am not an expert. I get it. So therefore, I'm not following you. so, so please, those words are never to come out of your D-style acting mode. Mouth. All right. So what are some of the key takeaways from this? I'm saying that being able to demonstrate the most appropriate behavior in every situation, really, it is the equivalent of walking on water. Anybody that could do that, say, like, this is a D-style moment. And, oh, need to use my I know. Here's my S. And, oh my gosh, that person walks on water behaviorally. However, we can in fact learn to adapt our behaviors to increase our impact and our effectiveness. And I'm giving you a quick thing. The quick fix is to get into the mindset. The mindset. What is it? Get into character. What is it that characterizes this style? And then to adapt it. But here what? You need to understand yourself first. You need to know your nuances. You need to know the blind spots. You need to know what the limiting factors that you are working with. And I'm only suggesting again that you do a behavioral DNA analysis. Of course, we would prefer if you do them with extended disc, but you need to do one, whatever you're saying. All right. You also need to master a framework for breaking all of this thing down, that you could look at behavioral style and understand the underpinnings. And again, we offer our discerning model of communication and leadership. That is the value that we have been added, by the way, for decades. And so I'm saying to you, let's have a conversation. Send me an email, info at success with people that I know who is, no commitment. Just send me an email and let's have a talk like this. But at least you can interact. You can say something back. And so what are your next steps? Your next steps would be go back, process, go through the step-by-step processes that we discussed in this um, live class. And of course, again, I'm suggesting that you do your extended this behavioral DNA assessment and also ask. I'm going to send you some information. Send me an email at info at success with people.org, and I'm going to send you a cheat sheet, powerful, that tells you how to actually flex your style, how to actually respond to any style from any style. Please, that's a very, very powerful document. It's one of my most prized possessions. So send me an email, info at successwithpeople.org, and you get a nice outlay as to exactly what to do in order to be able to flex your style more effectively. Or, you know, you can actually send me a WhatsApp. It's 765356677. Now, these live casts are actually being recorded and you can access them on our YouTube channel. We actually have two. Yeah. So there's Extended Disc Solutions or Success with People Academy on YouTube. All right. So who are we? We are part of the InfoServe group, and the Success with People Academy is our lead brand in this area. We do technology, a lot of technology stuff. So we have InfoServe Online that deals with our technology. And we are SHRM recertification provider, which means that if we do any courses with you, you get a certificate that you can apply the professional development credits to your SHRM CP or SHRM SCP recertification. What that basically means is that we operate at internationally approved standards, and we deploy our discerning communication model, which really drives team dynamics, leadership, customer service, sales, everything, because it helps us to understand these four toolkits that we have and how to apply them in any dimension of our lives. Yeah. And of course, we are partners with Extended Disc. We're part of the network. So we provide these granular behavioral DNA assessments, team maps, and all sorts of different solutions that we do. So let's have a conversation, please. Send me an email at info@successwithpeople.org, or just take up your phone and send me a little WhatsApp text, 876-535-6677. Thank you for your time.